Hey guys, today we're going to talk about boxing legends that really impacted the sport positively, but then they had children who wanted to follow in their footsteps in boxing, but didn't even come close to their famous parents. I would say that most of them never get the same glory, but there are a few who surpass them, like Floyd Mayweather Jr., who did a lot more than his dad and uncle. Let's get started, but first, as always, give this video a like, or I'll beat you up. Jorge El Maremero Paez was a boxer from Mexico who started boxing in 1984. He had, well, a very unique style where he entertained the crowd like crazy, from making funny moves in the ring to his wacky entrances. He became the featherweight champion in 1988 by defeating Calvin Grove by majority decision. He defended this title 8 times and has competed several more times for other titles, although he did not win another one. He had 2 children who wanted to become pro boxers, but nothing great really happened. The one who did it the least was Azrael Paez, who only fought 7 times and only won 4 of them. Starting out your career, if you're going to be something special, you need to win almost all of them. Then the heir to the name, Jorge El Maromerito Paez Jr., fought 59 times and won 42 of them, but he never managed to be the world champion and only competed once for a world title, and it was an interim title against Jose Benavides Jr. These two wanted to be like their father, but not even being a clown like him and providing entertainment worked out for them. The only thing they did was make us say, "Oh look, Maromero's son is going to fight this Saturday. Oh, that's so cool. Are you going to watch it?" Nah. One of the greatest Puerto Rican boxers has been Hector Macho Camacho. He began his career with 38 consecutive victories, winning the super featherweight, lightweight, and light welterweight titles, the latter after defeating Benny Pazienza.
4.5 years ago, Camacho taking his...
Like Maromero, Macho Camacho was a spectacular show. Every time he fought, you knew you were going to see something special when he was boxing. His only losses when he was at the top of the boxing world were against other big stars like Oscar de la Hoya, Tito Trinidad, Greg Hogan, and of course Julio Cesar Chavez. The one who inherited his name was Hector Machito Camacho Jr. Although he had 67 fights and won 58 of them, he never managed to get even close to competing for a world title. The most he did was face David Lemieux for the WBC International title and lost by knockout.
He won at best. Oh! And a big right hand.
El Machito admired his dad and his style a ton, but he didn't have the talent to rise to the top like his dad. The best thing he did is that he had the privilege of fighting on the same card with his dad. Now we go to England for the next 2 entries. First with Nigel Benn, who was known as one of the hardest punching boxers, amassing a record of 48 fights, winning 42 of them, with 35 of them being by knockout. He was a champion in 2 weight divisions, and his greatest success was at super middleweight, where he defended the title 9 times and beat and unfortunately ended the career of another power puncher in Gerald McClellan. His son is called Conor Benn, and although he is still young at 26 years of age, it already seems that he is not going to achieve much. He has had several great victories, like when he knocked out Chris Algieri and is the Continental Champion. His career has already taken a big dip. His dad was crowned champion for the first time at this age, while Conor just got caught using PEDs after his fight against the next fighter on this list, Chris Eubank Jr. Conor does have a chance to come back and try to match his dad's achievements by being a champion, but his reputation as a cheat has already been stuck to him. Chris Eubank was another British boxer with a special career by being crowned champion in 2 divisions and is recognized for being champion for 5 years and not losing a single fight in the first 10 years of his career. He was knocked out only once in his career, but had big wins over Michael Watson.
His name, Dave, I'll tell you, he's really hurting you. Should have been fighting, keep his hands up.
And then of course, he defeated Nigel Benn by knockout in his first fight, and for that reason, their sons were going to fight as revenge.
Ben is shaking. The eyes watch Reg.
His son is named after him, Chris Eubank Jr., who doesn't have the same ability as his dad, not even close. He has been a super middleweight champion, but it is with the OBI title, which is not a recognized organization, and he is also an interim WBA champion. The problem is that he is 33 years old and has not made it to be a legitimate world champion in one of the big 4 boxing organizations. He also lost the 2 big fights he had against Billy Joe Saunders and George Groves. Time is almost up for him to achieve the kind of success that his dad had, and at first it seemed like he had a great chance to even surpass him. Well, there's no way we're not talking about the best Mexican boxer in history, Julio Cesar Chavez. He was the best pound-for-pound boxer from 1990 to 1993, according to The Ring magazine. He was champion in 3 divisions multiple times, and his record of not losing a fight until reaching 91 fights is unmatched. He's a freaking legend, and his fight that I like the most was when he defeated the trash-talking Greg Hogan.
But I don't think it's going to take that long now.
Just as Joe Cortez want to see.
He had 2 sons who wanted to compete in boxing. First, let's talk about Omar Chavez, who was the worst one, never even competing for a world title, although he was able to defeat Maremero Paez. Then the most famous one who inherited his name is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Jr. did manage to be a world middleweight champion, but many criticize him because they think that the WBC basically did everything possible for him to get the belt. He defended it several times until he received a boxing lesson from Sergio Martinez.
Has a bloody champion against the ropes.
Chavez was basically never able to achieve what his father achieved because he was lazy and did a ton of drugs. His father did a lot of drugs and drank too, but he knew how to succeed despite that. Junior couldn't. He had several great trainers like Nacho Beristain, Freddie Roach, and even Robert Garcia, but they all complained that he was extremely lazy in training. He had everything to be great, but his name and legacy were just too big for him. Smoking Joe Frazier was the first boxer to beat the best in Muhammad Ali, but he was also named Boxer of the Year several times and was the undisputed champion. He is listed as the 8th best heavyweight boxer in history. His son Marvis Frazier had a great chance to go far and perhaps surpass his legendary dad, but it all came crashing down when he was stumped on Larry Holmes after having only 10 professional fights.
Hopefully giving him every chance, but it's all one way now, and he stopped it in the opening round.
Holmes crushed him, gave him a beating that destroyed Frazier, and it was never the same. He had other big victories, but never challenged for a title again, and was dismantled by Mike Tyson in just 30 seconds.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
What people hate the most about these boxers is that the promotions treat these people as if they were the next arrival of Jesus Christ and make people believe that they are going to be great, but it's just to get our money. But the funniest thing is when they fail and all these people look ridiculous. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.